또 뭐 먹었겠는데? 감사합니다. 맛있겠다. I'm in the city of Jeonju, which is about an hour and 20 minutes away from Gwangju by car. And this is 전주 한옥마을. To be honest, this is like, I've had a few attempts at filming this now. It just hasn't been going well, so I stopped, went for a walk, and I'm giving it another shot. So hopefully this is the one. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm 2 weeks into being in Korea, and it's funny because here there's I don't really speak English with anyone here. I speak Korean, so 2 weeks of not speaking English perhaps made me a bit made me freeze when I tried to speak to camera in English. But anyway, so maybe what I'm doing right now is just what I need. I needed that warm up, so hopefully I can give you a I can share some more things about Korea with you. This right here is generally how people made food in this age. So there'd be a fire there, and things would be cooking in here. So I'll be walking around this village and I'll film different things. It's this village is very sacred because it's what preserves, Korean tradition in its architectural form. And let's go this way. And these similar structures you might have seen in Korean shows or films. This is actually this has been a filming location for many Korean films. So this place is called a Jeonju Hanok. Hanok is a school that teaches Confucianism, similar to philosophy. And this is where that's where the students actually lived. It's their accommodation. This tree is 400 years old. But there's more accommodation that the students used on that side, and there's this beautiful entrance. It was a bit hard to film in the main area before, where the stalls were, where the market were, just because today's Children's Day, actually 5th of May in Korea, is called 어린이날. 어린이 is children in Korean, and it's a day where it's a public holiday, so parents bring out their children and spend the day out together doing something special. And so a lot of students are here today. A lot of children are here today spending the day with their family. So this tree is 380 years old. Wow. But as I was saying, 8th of May, so 5th of May is Children's Day, 어린이날. 8th of May, 3 days after today, is Parents' Day in Korea. It's usually Mother's Day in other countries, like in Australia, but in Korea, it's Parents' Day, so it's a day celebrating with your mothers and fathers. And on top of that, generally, yeah, so again, the house is raised to help with the dampness. But fun fact that I learned, these wooden planks, right? Korean, these Hanok houses, they're designed in a way they're not screwed or nailed in or onto anything. They're placed, perfectly placed in, like similar to Lego, because it was designed in that way. So, and you can see up here, especially, oh, there's a nail there actually, but see how they're just perfectly in place. And I assume it's not for every little part of the housing, but the wooden planks are placed in a way they can be taken back out and moved completely. The house can be moved somewhere else with those wooden planks. That's different to Japanese or Chinese traditional housings where they use more nails and screws in constructing their traditional houses. But yeah, that was a cool difference that I learned this time around, that these wooden planks are just placed directly like a Lego and they can be removed. And then May is the month of family in Korea, because 15th of May is also what's called a 스승의 날 in Korea. 스승 is a teacher or a master. So once again, these are called Hanok, traditional Korean housings. 화장실 is bathroom. Oh, I just hit my head on that and it said that. How stupid of me. But yeah, okay, it's weird to be filming the toilet, so let's get out of here. Anyway. Being here, see, there's like no one else around here. And I'm hearing the birds sing up there, the wind is blowing, and right now, if I close my eyes, if I know I'm holding a camera, what I'm wearing, because obviously this isn't what people would be wearing from back when these buildings, specifically these buildings were being used for their main purpose back in the days. If I close my eyes, I can imagine what it was like to actually live during this period. It's so beautiful. Oh, we'll take a walk down here because it's quite traditional, and you know, in Korea you can't find many alleyways like this just around the corner. So to give you a feel, this is what it feels like. Rabbit. So yeah, you're probably familiar with alleyways like this recently from Squid Game, if you've seen that. I think there's a neighborhood like this, a fake neighborhood like this featured in that show, in the episode where they play the game of marbles. It'd be pretty funny if I turned into a corner and we saw two kids playing marbles. But here we go. That's what's called a hanbok, traditional Korean clothing, and in this village you can actually, some people come wearing them because some people own them, but here you can also rent them and walk around, take photos, and come back and get that same experience. But there's this cafe there in Hanok. I considered doing it, but it's too hot today at the moment. I'm with some other people, and we've planned out another day in another beautiful location where we're gonna put some hanbok on and film another video and get that similar experience. It's quite surreal, like seeing these a Tesla in front of a Hanok right here. Yeah, the juxtaposition, it's quite jarring. So it's a clash of the past and the now and the future, and that's not always bad. It's just a cool contrast between what was and what is now. And I thought I'd film this because there's this beautiful trail of water throughout the street. I think that's one of the sweetest sounds to hear on a hot sunny day like this. And I think this is the bluest the sky's ever been while I've been in Korea this time around. I saw a lot of people drinking out of the mini watermelon. So I'm trying to get a drink and I want to try that out because I've seen a lot of people walk around with that, but everything here, coconuts, cherry floss, hydroma, which you'd have seen again in Squid Game. 안녕하세요. 이거 하나.
이거 현금 있으면 안 돼.
네네네, 감사합니다.
기다려주세요.
네네네.
언니 기다려. 엄마.
네네, 감사합니다. 이게 뭐예요?
애플 수박이라고.
애플 수박.
수박 주스로 만드는 거예요.
아, 사과 맛도 나는 거예요?
아, 그렇진 않아요.
아.
크기가
사과라고.
나무에서 그런 걸 열어서 따는 거예요.
알겠어요, 감사합니다. 안녕히 계세요. Let's try this. I learned something fun. It's called a apple watermelon, and I asked if it's got apple juice in it, but the lady said it's, I think I've got to find somewhere to drink this, and the lady said that it's apple watermelon. It's called that because it's the size of an apple. It's bigger than an average apple, but yeah, let's see what's inside. Oh wow, just what I need. Double time. Tastes like watermelon. Slushy. On this sunny day.
여기 더 많아.
This is perfect. And you know, I didn't want to get a normal juice in a normal cup. So So while enjoying this drink, I learned something cool. I was checking out this fountain and I realized that under this bridge, it connects back to the trail of water I saw down the street before. So this trail of water that I walked next to before started at this fountain I was just sitting in front of. How cool is that? And you know, now I think in the background you'll see heaps of people wearing hanbok. So, I stopped by here again because this fence here surrounding 전주중앙초등학교, that's the name of the school, 전주중앙초등학교, this fence here, it has such a cool meaning because, see that, like flower pattern? I was reading about it before down here. It says that this fence here represents the 4 seasons. So here there's spring, summer, autumn, winter, and this here is summer. So I think around the corners, around the fences, there's these different symbols meaning the different seasons, and it has a bit more written here, which is really lovely because it says that this fence surrounding the primary school gives a coziness to children because of its flowery fence, and also reminds adults of warm memories with the flower patterns that represents the 4 seasons. And it says furthermore, the natural patterns on the fence symbolize Jeonju, a city that dreams of the coexistence of nature and humans and cherishes the value of slow life over a fast one. Today we present flowery fence of Jeonju to you. So that's summer. And this is made out of clay and stones. So coziness, so that would be another season. But how lovely is that? That this fence with this underlying meaning surrounds and protects the children at the school. I really wanted to come back and film that. See, there's another symbol there.